There it is. I thought I was nailed. I thought I was dialed in, guys. There it is. Not dialed in yet. Oh, yeah. Fuck. I need more coffee is what I need. Okay, let's try that again. Okay. Well, welcome to the channel. My name is Blue. I'm a cryptocurrency investor. I've been in the space since 2015, and my channel is dedicated to eliminating a lot of the hype that exists inside of this ecosystem. Everybody and their dog is shilling their coins to you, so it's really hard to make heads or tails as to what truly has value inside of this ecosystem. I've been around long enough to see the vaporware. I've been around long enough to know what it is needed inside of the space, and also where we currently are in the development of the macro environment. There's a lot of money that can be made in this market on speculative bets, but it's trying to get you into the mindset of not wanting to hold those bags long term that I focus on, and building wealth and accumulating assets over time. So if that's something that interests you, then don't forget to hit the subscribe button or follow me on Twitch. I do this every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 12 p.m. Eastern time. So with that sloppy intro out of the way, let's talk about the topic of discussion today. So in today's video, I want to talk about altcoin season. So altcoin season is kind of this concept, it's like taking a look at a bunch of charts to kind of determine where the rotation in Bitcoin profits are going to go. Typically Bitcoin is like the gateway drug of crypto. Everybody enters the space through Bitcoin, and then they discover that there's 6,000 other assets here, and that there's, gains to be made in other areas. So when the market consensus seems to shift a lot of the liquidity into the altcoin space, in crypto, we call that the altcoin season. And there's a few charts that we can take a look at that can help us to determine if we are looking at a potential altcoin season. And I want to take a look at that. Most notably is what is going on with Ethereum right now. So, in the last couple days, I've been saying, hey, Ethereum is kind of boring right now. I'm just I even skipped it in a few streams, but now we're kind of breaking out. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and take a look at the charts. And we're going to start off by looking at Ethereum. So let me just... There we are. Okay. All right. So on Ethereum right now, we're breaking out. We have, it's not like there's still confirmations that some traders might be waiting for, but this structure is very bullish, and it's coming on a nice amount of volume. Let me just go down to the 12-hour here. Actually, let's go to the 8-hour. We definitely have demand coming in. So there's demand pushing us through this area of the resistance here. The resistance, let's label it resistance. So we're breaking out of resistance currently. We do need to get above the high, the local high of the buyer's climax right here. So we do need to get that above that. So that's 2150. If we can get a confirmation above that, which I'm leaning in that direction, I think that this move isn't just going to conclude here. We did break this previous high, and we're going to at least test this level. If we do break out on this area here, I think that is going to be a huge signal to the market that altcoins are going to take dominance, and some of the rotation of funds are going to head into that space. If we do a side-by-side comparison here with Bitcoin, we have pretty different structures occurring here. So let me just go over to Bitcoin. I was leaning in Bitcoin's favor in previous streams just because of the structure. We made a lower high on Ethereum, but Ethereum is breaking through some pretty good resistance right now. And again, if we can get above that 2150 level, I think that would be good. Bitcoin doesn't have that same momentum. It doesn't have that increase in demand right now. So is a rotation getting ready to occur? Is a rotation, or are they both going to go up together? So let's just draw our resistance line here. So we're lagging a little on the resistance. We're still, waiting to break through. You could even say that maybe the resistance is up here. So we're working out the resistance, whereas we've already kind of broken through the meat of the resistance on Ethereum. So another chart that I want to take a look at that could confirm our bias that there is a rotation occurring is Bitcoin dominance. So Bitcoin dominance is at 59%. Oh yes. So I haven't looked at this chart yet today. I was just getting ready for the stream, and I kind of like to give you guys the raw, like, uncut emotion of what I see in the charts. This is fantastic. We are breaking through a floor here on Bitcoin dominance. So, this is really good. Our next point of support is around 57%, which is enormous. I can't tell you how much money that equates to. So the fact that we're breaking down here on Bitcoin dominance, and we have room for another 2% of dominance, most of the liquidity inside of this ecosystem is all locked up in Bitcoin. So if the Bitcoin whales start taking profits, or if they start taking trades into the altcoins, retail can push an altcoin season and you can make money in a retail altcoin season. But the real altcoin season is when the Bitcoin whales start to release their Bitcoin and make altcoin trades. It's important to realize too that they don't care about the altcoins, so there's going to be severe take profits when the fun is over. But when they're playing, and that's when you get the really incredible moves inside of the altcoin space. So this is really good. This is really good to see. Another chart we can go and take a look at is Ethereum Bitcoin. So this is the performance of Ethereum against Bitcoin. And I've got the 3-day chart on this one. And yeah, it's beautiful. So this LPS here on this megaphone pattern has held, it is holding, and we are confirming that level of support currently. We're breaking above the highs. Next stop is up here at around 46,000 Satoshis on my chart here. And if we can break above this trading range and test as support, we're off to the races, and we're heading to some severe altcoin price appreciation. Up until this point, for the most part, based on what I'm seeing in the charts, is Bitcoin breaks out and then the altcoins catch up. Bitcoin breaks out and then the altcoins catch up. What could be occurring now is Ethereum leading. So Ethereum leading a breakout, because I feel as though Bitcoin and Ethereum have been pretty much neck and neck. Whereas, we make a move up and then the money transfers over. This could be the first breakout that we're seeing where Ethereum is leading. And if Ethereum starts leading the pack, the altcoins are going to start leading the pack. And that's showing a lot of risk on sentiment inside of the space where altcoins can really start to perform. So exciting times ahead based on what I'm seeing in the charts here. Okay, when Bitcoin dominance decreases, does it mean that retail/whales sell BTC for alts? It just means that there is more. It's in the name, Bitcoin dominance. So the amount of money that is in Bitcoin is a fixed amount, and the Bitcoin dominance can be affected by a couple different factors. It can be affected by retail coming into the space and not buying Bitcoin and going straight for the altcoins. It can be whales selling their Bitcoin for altcoins. It can be many different ways. It's just the ratio of how much market share Bitcoin has when compared to the rest of the market. So currently we've just broken through 60%, which is huge. There's a ton of money all in one coin. And if it's whales, if it's institutions taking altcoin trades, I mean, you guys haven't even seen altcoin season yet. Unless you were back in the space in 2017, we have not had an altcoin season anywhere comparable to that, nowhere near. So things are looking good. Okay, so yeah, that's a couple charts. If we go and take a look at some of the other indexes as well, so we'll go ahead and look at total. Let me get total on here. Let's go with the daily on total. So total is the entire market cap, the entire crypto market cap, and then we can compare that to total 2, which is the entire crypto market cap excluding Bitcoin. So effectively, it's just altcoins. let me just clear some of these drawings here, and we'll go to, yeah, that we're on the daily on both of these. So altcoin total is a lot wickier when Bitcoin is not involved, but hey, so on total, we're also breaking out. So this is good for Bitcoin and this is good for altcoins. But when we look at the altcoins, it's definitely clear that the altcoins seem to be leading right now, which is good. We've been waiting for this kind of stuff for a while. You know, it's very much so been about Bitcoin for a long time in this bull market. It's been about Bitcoin and then picking the winners for the appreciation against Bitcoin. It's been pretty divided. It's been hard to pick the winners out there. So, you know, it's been few and far between. If we have the entire crypto market cap looking good, that means, you know, everything more or less will be appreciating in value, not, you know, not getting into the highly speculative ones, but, you know, higher caps, mid caps, stuff like that, we're looking very good inside of this space. So that is looking fantastic. Now, that's pretty much all the material that I wanted to cover today. So we did get a request by Jose to go and take a look at Band. So let's go do that. Take a look at Band. Get to the Binance chart. They've got more history. So we've been charting this in my private group for a while. And it's been slow. It's been a grind. Band has not been, you know, it's been a slow accumulation. But what's nice is, you know, the longer something accumulates, the stronger the hands hold it, the higher the price targets on our PNF counts go. So, you know, we can look at this very simple. It's basically a cup and handle. You know, we're working out this area of resistance currently. So we need to get above this area right here. That was our last rejection point, was up in here. So things are looking good. We're working on finding support above this level, which was the previous accumulation range, just on this local LPS right here. Kind of a little accumulation range right here, and we've broken out of that, so we may have to test. I mean, Band has been going very slowly, so you know, there's certainly no urgency yet. Things will begin to heat up once we are able to break above this level, which is right around the $20 level. So if we can get a clear break above $20, which is a huge psychological level, by the way, you're going to see some nice price appreciation inside of Band protocol. So it's looking good. There's nothing bearish here. If we do, for whatever, I mean, I don't even want to talk about the bearish outcome because it just doesn't look bearish. I've really liked this chart for quite a while. It's just, you know, it's taken a while. Sarah, don't apologize for being late. You're all good. When we take a look at the Bitcoin pair, we get a very different picture with Band protocol, but it's also encouraging because with the Bitcoin pair, you really got to strip it down. You got to be very, very simple with your analysis. So it's kind of, you know, we've tested a floor here, and we've kind of tested here. We've tested it a few areas here, this support. So we've kind of got a bit of a range. Let's not even put a channel on it. Let's just keep it really simple and go to this change of character right here. And just, you know, this whole area is tentative support. So we're definitely on top of the area of support. We've made a higher low. We just want to confirm that low here on the daily. If we can get a break above this 21-week moving average and kind of rest above, the 21-week is kind of like a let's go for a lot of the Bitcoin whales. So it's the macro trend. You know, demand seems to be taken over. A lot of the supply was worked out here. We can see we had a nice diminishing of the supply here. A lot of supply re-entered here, and then that tapered off. So we will need to see how this reacts. Currently, we are in a localized bullish trend, just higher highs and higher lows right here. But the real test is when we get above this level right here, which is correlates with kind of that $20 level. So once we get around 43,000 Satoshis on Band protocol, we're going to see some supply come in. How much supply that comes in will be the determining factor as to what is truly in control here. And if we can get a breakout of that level, we are off to the races. So that's looking good. Oh, 11:15. I have a random 11:15 alarm for some reason. Okay, coffee. Man, my last 3 streams were just I was so dialed in. Not including the April Fool's one, but I was so dialed in. Freaking mute button, man. Freaking mute button. Okay, so what do we got here? Standard practice is asking, wait for a retest prior to adding to entries on Ethereum. I always miss the retests and I want to FOMO in on the markup. Well, it entirely depends on your strategy. So if you're buying spot, you can buy signals with the intent of holding long. Where, if your price targets, if your minimum price objective is what are you splitting hairs for? Just don't buy a huge green candle. But if you see a breakout and you're long, like meaning that you want to hold the asset long term, there's nothing wrong with buying a breakout on spot markets or even options contracts. I'm very tempted to open up an options contract, a call option on Ethereum right now. I usually do that with hedgic.co. Shout out to anybody who's holding Hedgic, just to let you know, if you're holding the token on pure speculation and not actually trying out the platform. I tried to initiate a call option on Ethereum today, and it cost $1,600 in fees. So something's broken there. The protocol's shit. If you're holding Hedgic, there's problems. So understand that, because a lot of people, they buy tokens just on speculation and they don't actually go and use the product. I've been using Hedgic for a while, and the fees to initiate an options contract are $1,600 in fees. So it's broken. But yeah, options are great because I'm seeing a breakout here. So I may decide, a time-based trade. I think Ethereum today is going to be worth more money in a month from now. So I'll buy a 1 month Ethereum call option. And when we get a pump, whenever that may be, I just execute on the option. We're not going to get too into options here because it's kind of a complicated thing, but it's the same essentially as deciding to hold spot. If you hold spot, your coins can never be taken from you, so you can handle the volatility a lot easier. With an option, you do have to be right, but if you're buying spot, here's a buy signal. Like, this is a buy signal in my eyes. We're tentatively breaking out of the resistance. We have demand coming in. If you really wanted confirmation, wait till we're above 2154. But this is a higher high, especially if we get the daily close. So you got 7 hours. If we can get a daily close that closes above this area, if the daily close closes above 1960, it's a bullish close, and you can definitely take a spot position. When you wait for pullbacks, that's when you're kind of, maybe playing an intraday swing, or maybe you don't have a lot of faith in the asset, or maybe it swings a lot and you don't have the stomach to be able to handle the volatility. Then you would buy a pullback. And it's okay. You just add it to your dip list. So you'll have a separate trading view list. You'll be like, damn, we got a buy signal here. I want to buy this asset. Boom, I'm going to put it over to my dip buy list. And then when the dip comes, you just go to that list. There's only like 6 assets on it, because there's only 6 assets that gave you the buy signal that you interpreted. And then you just go and you start buying stuff on your list. That's a nice strategy as well. But here, right, if we get a daily close above, that would be a buy signal for me. And I am taking this as a buy and going to probably get an Ethereum option call on it. Okay. EGLD ready to moon? I don't know. EGLD has been mooning a lot. Let's take a look. So we definitely got our jump across the creek here, which is good. That's a buy signal, but it's not a buy signal that you buy. It's one that you would wait for a pullback on. Yeah, it's looking good. It's trending in the right direction. Again, similar sort of thing. If we can get a daily close that closes here somewhere around 167, or any daily close that closes above 157, that's a bullish sign, and it's a signal to take a long position. It's looking good. All in on Link. Well, you shouldn't be all in on anything. If you want to go all in this market, you should go all in on Bitcoin. But you don't sound like the responsible type. Okay. Civic just mooned. All right. Yeah, so, you know, we're definitely getting the sentiment shift. We're getting the signals coming in. Yeah, so this is its sign of strength. We have a sign of strength. So for those who are new to the stream, what I'm doing here is it's interpreting bullish signals inside of a trading range. And this is what's referred to as the Wyckoff method. Richard D. Wyckoff came up with a very effective macro investment strategy that he came up with back in the 1920s as an early stock operator. And it still holds a ton of validity in today's markets because, you know, nothing's changed. We're all just humans. All these markets, all these bars, they're just human emotion, and we're interpreting the emotional side of what's going on and determining strength and understanding when the supply is dried up and the demand takes over, that price appreciation occurs. So if you're interested in learning this method, I do have links down below. We have a cryptocurrency trading course in the Wyckoff method. We do weekly classroom sessions every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. We're doing them. We do it immediately after the live stream. So for those in the virtual classroom, prepare your charts and prepare your questions. And I offer mentoring and coaching. I also do private consultations as well for those that may want to have a better one-on-one understanding with some of these, you know, foreign things like how to interact with a DeFi smart contract and stuff like that. So the Discord is a fantastic community, especially if you're new, if you're trying to learn, if you're trying to make sense of what is going on in this market. I highly encourage you to join VIP. There's also some, there's a free Discord. Actually, let me link the Discord on Twitch. I think I have more people watching on YouTube, but YouTube, you can just check the, you can just go into the description section. Let me drop the link in here. This always takes longer than I want it to. Copy. All right, there we go. Boom. So yeah, go check out the Discord. I do have a security bot. There is a verification that is required. If you cannot make it past that verification, sorry. Okay, back into Civic. What do we got here for the candle here? It's 31% move to the upside. Demand is in control. Supply is exhausted. Wait for a pullback here. Where the pullback comes, I don't know. You need to be able to just observe it. So drop down to some smaller time frames. Wait for the daily close at least on this one. But how a pullback works is we pull back to an area and you try and find confluence with an area of support. And then you watch it turn around. As soon as it turns around, you take a position. You just have to make sure that there's enough support, and that's kind of like the experience side of things. So yeah, Civic's looking good. I like it. All right, what else do we got? Take a look at SC. It's a shit coin, but sure. It's a very common, meaning like I'm just speculating on your thought process here, but it's very common for new investors to find the cheapest coin. I need the cheapest coin. Give me the cheapest coin. Where can I get the cheapest coin? And then they try and buy the cheapest coin thinking that it'll go to $1 or something. It's very common, but it's a trap that shouldn't be a part of your trading strategy. You need to think in terms of, you know, market cap. Market cap is where the multiples come from. And these prices are decided upon based on what people are willing to pay. It's true that retail investors focus on that sentiment a lot. So you can get just pure speculative price appreciation on those assets just because the retail investor thinks that that's how it works. But if you want to open your eyes to the rest of the market and see how, you know, the price is completely irrelevant, that's why Bitcoin is trading at such a high level and will continue to do so well until it's like at $1 million eventually. Price is completely irrelevant. Things cost what people are willing to pay. Simple. That's it. If I see a coin at 3 cents, you know, if I'm willing to pay it at 4 cents, well, it's worth 4 cents. That's it. So don't get too lost on these really small coins. That being said, it is trending in the right direction. So we are kind of breaking out of this long-term accumulation. We could probably get a pretty good PNF count on this one, but I'm not going to do that on stream because it takes a while. So yeah, you're going to want to observe the rallies and the reactions. That's the only trend that you have right now. So when we're looking at these rallies, you know, we have a rally up and then we react down. We have a rally up and we react down. So what you're doing is you're waiting for a reaction. Wherever that reaction occurs, wherever that reaction takes place is going to be your entry. Let me just make that yellow there. So currently we're on a rally. And we may rally to higher levels, but I'm not able to take a position based on speculation that we could rally higher. It's called aping in, and it's not something that I ever advise. But you're right, we're leaving a long-term accumulation, and it seems as though it's trending in the right direction. The fundamentals on it are kind of shit. I don't believe it. But that's not for me to decide. The fundamentals and the analysis, you know, that's not my decision. It's the market's decision, and we are in a speculative market. So sell the story, not the facts. Okay, check VeChain, sure. Don't worry. Can we look at Neo? Sure. All in link. $200% ROI profit on futures, just moving my profits to spot. Oh, fantastic. Very good strategy, by the way. For those who are competent in trading futures markets, it's a nice way for you to kind of lock in a position with lower risk. Now, please, I want everybody to understand that futures markets are not for noobs. They're not. They're highly marketed to you. You guys are targeted. We are in a bull market. Do not let anybody take your crypto. Don't let anybody take your crypto. Futures markets gives the exchange the opportunity to take your crypto away. So congratulations on you, sir, for getting that 200% gain. I'm assuming you're sir. Nightshade. I guess I shouldn't assume. But yes, well, what you're doing by realizing those gains into the underlying asset on spot markets, beautiful, fantastic. Okay, yeah, VeChain. Let's take a look at VeChain. VeChain. Okay, whatever. Switched all my watch lists up. Okay. So VeChain, it's trending in the right direction. The optimal position, you know, the optimal entry is already left because we were in this very long accumulation. The entry was down at 2.5 cents. We've marked up considerably. VeChain has some pretty good counts on it. I think that it's definitely going to head to higher. Well, I shouldn't say definitely. We're curling over currently, so there is a potential of a pullback. When you're in something that's in markup, when it's already left its accumulation range and you missed the backup entry and it's headed into markup, look for support/resistance flips or signs of support on a pullback, or just wait for heavy pullbacks wherever they occur. You know, these markets aren't green every single day. There's red days, and those red days will bring pullbacks. Buy the pullback, buy the drawdown. But if we were to just approach this with kind of an SR flip style of analysis, where here was our last climactic area of resistance, we would anticipate that we would come down somewhere around 6 cents, 6.5 cents, 6.25 cents for a retest. We are kind of curling over. If we take a look at the 4-hour, you know, it's looking a little non-committal, but this will easily be invalidated if the signals come in for continuation to the upside in the entire market. If there's a negative shift, like if Bitcoin starts to break down or if Ethereum starts to break down, this will likely break down to those levels. But currently we're in a squeeze, and the squeeze goes with the continuation of the trend. So I don't do triangles too much, but I do kind of like squeeze plays because they can, especially when you have the market kind of looking bullish, you can take these squeeze plays, and we're toying with the idea of breaking out here. So the price action's being squeezed. This is good. We need to see a breakout. You need to see a breakout on high demand, and the demand is tapering off right now. So this is, you know, it's peeking its head out, but nobody's interested, and nobody except for sellers right now. So it could very well head to the downside. Let's see what the RSI is doing. A little bit of a bullish setup on the RSI. We're wanting to break through the 60 level, which would be a stronger trend. We just need to see the demand take over. So if we do break, we want to see the break come on demand, and we want to see the supply test come on low supply. If you can get that, then I think we're off to the races, and VeChain's going to really start taking off. But we can't front run these ideas. We can only prepare for the ideas and wait for the confirmations to come in. Until you have confirmation, you have nothing. Ontology is looking good. Where is it? Keep scrolling past it. Where are you, Ontology? Okay, it's not on FTX. Yeah, so Ontology was in this ascending channel on this reaccumulation, and there's a much bigger trading range occurring here. So this is, first of all, I just want to preface this. There's two sides to this, okay? There's two sides to understanding what it is to buy a bottoming pattern. I just did some PNF counts on Ontology. So I will give you some targets that are very bullish targets that are dependent upon a lot, and most importantly, dependent upon time and your ability to hold a position that you may think is sleeping. When we are in an accumulation, things are slow. They are very slow. When we break out of the accumulation, you get what's called a sign of strength, where you think, boom, this thing is mooning, and then it will retrace all the way back to, or sometimes even below, your initial entry. You're gonna kick yourself for coulda, woulda, shoulda, and you have to wait for an entire new trading range to develop that can take months. I think that Ontology is months away from serious price appreciation once it enters the markup phase. And I think that the chart is very bullish. So it's entirely how you want to play this thing. If you're an intraday trader, I think you'd be front running a sign of strength move, and you could maybe play with some exotics to kind of get a nice trade here. If you are an investor, and if you're a spot buyer, if you're a new retail investor, then you're going to want to, well, maybe campaign your position. Don't go all in. Don't enter all at once. Realize that the true markup phase can actually occur 2 months from now. I don't think that there's enough of there's not enough hype around Ontology to give you the price appreciation that would be advantageous. If you're wanting to campaign a very long position, I think it's in a good position to be campaigning. The point and figure targets that I was able to determine on this asset were anywhere around $11 to $14 per Ontology. So that's at least a 10x from here. I want you guys to understand that just because a style of technical analysis is able to achieve certain targets, it does not mean that those targets are going to be hit. We take these things level by level. We understand the strength in these assets level by level, and we determine if those price targets are at all achievable. These are very bullish targets that could take a very long time to appreciate. And if the bull market ends before those targets are hit, well, then those targets never get hit. So just because I have these crazy 10x targets on this asset does not mean by any means that Ontology is prepping for a 10x and you can jump in now and next month you'll have a 10x. It's just not realistic. So understand that there's caveats to where it is that you're buying. If you're buying an asset that's in markup, you see gains right away. If you buy spot on markup, you see gains right away. But the problem is most of the gains have already occurred because the true multiples happen at the bottom. If you buy the bottom of something, like Theta is a fantastic example. We were calling out Theta at 39 cents. you can buy theta at $10 and you would have doubled your money, because I think it's up at like $20. I don't even know, but theta's up there now. You know, you can make money when you bought theta at 10, but you don't make those significant multiples because you're coming in late to the party. If you're hearing about it on YouTube, it's too late. Moral is of the story here, like if everybody's talking about it and telling you to buy it, it's probably too late, because the hype cycle has already taken over. By the time the YouTube videos are being made, we are well into the hype cycle. Okay. VeChain. We talk about XRP here. We can. I just really hate that coin. I just think that it's, you know, you have to understand that I am very much so like a cryptographic libertarian. So I will never hold XRP because it's a centralized entity. It's centralized control. It goes against it goes against my entire belief system on the power that blockchain technology is going to afford the world. But there's an argument, you know, banks are using it, this is using it, that government's using it. They think that the adoption curve is going to be greater, and that very well may be the case. But because of my conviction or stubbornness, however you want to interpret it, because of my conviction on it, I will never hold XRP. Unless I think it's like a scalp or something. Like I would never buy spot and hold it. So there's a couple areas of concern, or a couple areas that we want to get above. So we can go with the most conservative one, which we are above. This is check mark. This is good. Then we can go to the next higher up level, which is right around this level here. We'll call it here, which we are above that as well. So that's good. Then there's this level right here, which is the close of this automatic rally. We are just peeking our heads above that. And then we also have the top of the automatic rally right here, right at around 80 cents, which is where we topped out previously. I don't know if this is Ripple Labs saying, no, we're not ready, and smash you right back down, because a lot of the supply is held by the epitome of the composite operator, which is Ripple Labs. We will be off to the races, and the sentiment will definitely shift if we can get a commitment above 80 cents. Anything before that is just front running an idea, in my opinion. So, you know, we're kind of peeking our head above right here. You know, it is kind of an area of a breakout. You could definitely, I just can't help but not like this coin. So, you know, there's a bullish setup here. So I'll just shut my mouth and keep my opinions to myself. You know, we're up against an area of resistance. If we can break out of that resistance, the chart's looking good. I hate XRP, but, you know, I'm going to give you guys the facts that I'm seeing in the charts. I'm going to give you the honesty, and, you know, there's a potentially bullish setup here. We just need to break through this area of resistance. Remove drawings. Okay. Any ideas on Filecoin and Balancer? Yeah, let's take a look at File. I think File's been mooning. I keep hearing about it, so it's got to be. Filecoin. What do I think? Gemini probably has a good chart on it. Yeah, it's mooned. So it's definitely going to need to reaccumulate. There's nothing that's telling me that it's a top just yet. So this could keep going. Let me go to some smaller time frames. Let's go to the intraday. Currently breaking down a little bit. So we have our buyer's climax here. We're waiting to print our automatic reaction. We could very well get our automatic reaction line down here, which would be very healthy. So we're looking at entries, or we're looking at the beginning of the accumulation range to begin right at around $144. You could front run the idea and campaign this position throughout the trading range, but typically this would be the beginning of the trading range. So what will occur is you have a buyer's climax and you run that through to your automatic reaction, which we haven't printed yet. It could very well just go to here, which is like 100, you know, 150 is a nice even number. So maybe it goes to 150. I don't know, but we're printing our reaction right now. After the reaction will come a secondary test. The secondary test could come all the way back to the top. So you've got a hell of a range here developing. You could definitely trade the swings in here. So we're looking at a 52% to the upside, but we need to get down here first. So that could be a short trade. This, you know, when we come down and we have that rally off of the support line, it's a fantastic trade. If you can squeeze 20-30% out of there, that's you know, it's a high risk kind of day trade stuff, which I'm not doing much of right now because we're in a bull market. But if you wanted to kind of front run those ideas, you could absolutely kind of get your hands on that. So Filecoin, you know, tentatively we're breaking down, so it looks like lower levels are on the table, and then we're going to be reaccumulating. So that may take, you know, anywhere from weeks to months, depending on how far along in this hype cycle we are with Filecoin, because I'm hearing a lot about Filecoin. If we go ahead and take a look at what was the other one, Balancer. Balancer's got some pretty sweet fundamentals. The whole DeFi sector is very, very new, and I'm not convinced that it's going to look the same in 5 years. Well, I know it's not going to look the same, but I don't know if the back end is going to function the same on these DeFi protocols. If you're new to this space and you have not interacted with a smart contract on a DeFi protocol, do it, because it's going to open your eyes to the direction that this space is headed. A lot of people, you know, they're even in cryptocurrency, people are buying these coins and speculating on their prices without actually knowing what the end game is and what we're trying to do here. Once you start interacting with these DeFi protocols, you know, a light goes on and you realize, holy shit, traditional finance is in trouble. It is dial-up days. It is clunky. Nothing's working. Everything is rug pull. Like, we're still very early days, but we're building an Uber here. Uber is being built while traditional finance, they're all fighting over who gets the next taxi tag. They're obsolete. We just need to build the tech. So nice formation here on Balancer. It looks like we're just kind of getting started here with Balancer, which can be tricky for entry when we haven't, you know, got the hype behind us yet. But, you know, we kind of have this area of resistance. We're kind of working this out. We just need some confirmation. So you can even draw a trading range on this one. Let's kind of capture some of this. I don't know if that's helpful. I don't know. I guess it's kind of a megaphone. Let's draw a megaphone on it. I always start with the channels. So we're kind of looking at something like this. So we you know, getting a test down here would be good. Anywhere in this kind of area, if we can, you know, if we do break down, you would be looking somewhere in this area to take a position, or you can see how the support builds here. If we do start breaking out, if you break out above this level, that would also be a spot entry. So getting a break above this previous high with volume, with demand, you know, it might only cap out here, but, you know, if you can get a breakout buy here on a spot position, that could be good as well. But yeah, you know, ideally you would get that pullback. So if we can get a pullback down into this area right here and then head out, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Wait for the confirmation. Don't try to predict direction. Just wait for confirmation and take a position. If we fall back to support, boom, buy it. If we break out, boom, buy it. We're in a bull market. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to choose maybe 2 more charts. I'm going to choose them at random, and they are already in the chat, so don't post them. And then I got to get into the virtual classroom. So for those who are unfamiliar, I run a cryptocurrency trading group. I mentor, I teach, I show you this method. I tell you what a profitable setup is. I share the setups in my VIP channel. We post setups every single day. I'm not posting every single day, but there are definitely things that you can sink your teeth into, especially on the educational side. So a lot of on-demand videos, the virtual classroom, which happens 3 days a week, and yada, yada, yada. There's a lot of value in that group. So if you are interested, follow the links below, go to bluescryptojungle.com, sign up for VIP. So 2 more charts, and then I got to go into the virtual classroom. So, oh, bird money. Ooh. Ursa Minor. Ursa Minor, I really want to do bird money for you, but I would like to do more of a crowd pleaser, I think. You know what? Fuck it. I'll do 3. I'll do 3, and then but I'll do them quick. So let's check out bird. I have a position in Bird. I've been, you know, active in the Bird community, talking to the guys. I've shared many of my Twitch streams inside of there, so it's only fair that I kind of realize that I do have some of the Bird community in here. Wow, that's messy. Let's clean that up. So we'll keep it simple here. You know, we've got this kind of ascending channel. You know what? I kind of want to do something like that. It's not super precise here. Like sometimes I just slap a range on to give me ideas. We're in the overbought condition right now. We are overbought. So I'm definitely sitting pretty in my position. I'm not adding. I like where it's sitting because we could potentially break out from here. But new positions, very risky. Don't just, you know, we're in overbought, so we could very well head back into the channel and retest before actually taking off. There's nothing that says that we can't do that. So there's not a lot of hype. Not a lot of people know about Bird. So you want to be careful on any new positions at this level. It's also very, very volatile. It's a low supply coin. So, you know, if you're not able to stomach that, it can be brutal. It can be brutal. So not recommending any new positions in Bird at these levels. But I think that, you know, we have potential for a bullish breakout. And if we can get a clear break above 0.13 Ethereum, I think that we would be off to the races on that one. It's looking good. I'm just going to do the Ethereum pair on that one. Sorry if you wanted USD, but I think that Ethereum is just more applicable because it is strictly on contracts right now. Ethereum based contracts. Okay. Moo. Can't cheer. Yeah, I got I got rid of the cheer. Twitch, you know, I don't want to be exclusive to Twitch. I want to be able to share on YouTube. I've got a bigger audience on YouTube, so I did have to de-affiliate. No bits, no cheers, none of that fun stuff that Twitch has. Okay. So would the same apply to Dash at this point? I'm not sure exactly what you're talking about, but Dash is on a backup. You know, you just have to be patient with those setups. Those setups are the slowest setups, and they're the most profitable setups. And that's usually how it is. The higher risk and the faster the setup, it usually means that you're in and out. So you get into the position, you leave the position quickly, and you're able to extract money quicker. But it comes with a lot of risk, and you're not right nearly as often as when you just play the longer swings. So when you're buying an accumulation zone, and you have confirmation of strength, and you have, you know, a bias to the upside, holding the conviction that demand is in control, you can, you know, make a lot of money, but you have to be very patient. It takes a long time to work itself into the markup phase and actually trigger the hype cycle. And once your coin becomes a part of the hype cycle, once it's you know, adopted by the hype cycle, or it reaches that point of appreciation, that's when your coin is all over YouTube. Everybody's FOMOing into your coin, and you've been holding it for months at the bottom. And then all of a sudden, all YouTube is talking about is your coin. By the way, that's your clue to sell. Okay, we'll take a look at Neo. Neo's a good coin. I think that one's ready as well. It's been, you know, lots of ebbs and flows with Neo. So if we take a look, start out on the macro. You know, I'm a swing trader. I'm looking at the macro setups. We're in a good place. You know, we're leaving the accumulation with strong conviction. It's looking really good. This first move in Neo is fantastic. I'm glad I took it. I hold a position in Neo. I took the position down. Well, I kind of front run the idea a little bit, but I didn't get down at the bottom, but I think that there's still a lot of price appreciation. I think I took a position in Neo right here as we kind of had this turnaround. Took a position right there, 42 bucks. So, you know, we're looking good. We're in an accumulation right now, reaccumulation. We're up against the resistance zone. So we're, you know, knocking on the doors of resistance right now. If we can get that breakout, which the market is telling us that breakouts are coming, the market is hinting to us that breakouts are coming. If we get those confirmations, then, you know, a lot of these setups are going to be sent over the edge and maybe, you know, hit into markup. So NEO's looking really good. NEO's looking really good. So one more coin. You know what? I'm actually going to take a question. So how do you determine take profit levels in Ethereum? Take profit levels are always up to you. You know, we think it's an interesting question because it comes with an assumption that there's a formula. You know, how do we decide take profits? Take profits are up to you. What is your strategy for that trade? Are you an intraday trader? How much are you trying to extract? How much money are you putting down? How much are you going to leave as a runner? You know, split your positions into different categories. Have your probe position where you just want to start paying attention. You kind of leaning bullish. Get your confirmation position. Get your full campaign position, and then take percentages of that off to have your runner, your like moonshot runner position. You know, the take profits. I'll show you an easy one. I'll show you an easy one for the intraday trader. Look at the local consolidation and grab a Fibonacci retracement tool. Go to the top wick and then go to the bottom wick. Then grab your horizontal ray and drop one at the 1.272 and drop one just shy of the 1.618. This is a classic setup. This comes from Forex. So, you know, you could have a take profit at 23.84 and you can have a take profit at 23.86. And then how much you leave beyond that point is the completion of your trading strategy. And now you hold a position for you to play with later, for you to not, I don't know. There's many ways to formulate strategy in this market. With Ethereum and Bitcoin, I look at those as assets. Ethereum does have some question marks attached to it, but I think long run they will kind of figure things out. Haven't quite made up my mind as to whether I want to consider it a hard asset like Bitcoin. I actually think Monero is a harder asset than Ethereum, but either which way, its market cap is very high. So there's a lot of faith in that protocol. So I too will have faith. So with Ethereum and Bitcoin, like I don't really sell my Bitcoin. I will cover my position in Bitcoin with options and futures. But I don't actually sell the underlying asset, because if I'm wrong, I want to be able to ditch a position and I want to still hold my entire position. So there's many ways that you can kind of approach this market with some of these exotics that, when properly used, can actually be quite advantageous. But YOLO 100x, let's go. So there's a lot of that. Yeah, it's whatever you want it to be. You can use point and figure charts to kind of calculate take profit levels, or you can just pick numbers. Don't discount just picking numbers. Like, hey, when I get to 50%, I'm going to do this. When I get to 100%, I'm going to do this. When I get to a 2x, I'm going to do this. When I reach $3,000, I'm going to do this. When whatever it is, there is no secret sauce. There's many ways. You could also just draw a line on the top. Draw a line on the top. Okay, well, if we blast off and hit $2,900, I'm going to take profit. There's no secret. There's no secret. It's all about these. This is just a tool for you to make up your mind. It's a tool for you to make up your mind, and you can get probabilities. So that is it. I'm going to get ready for the virtual classroom. Again, for those interested in signing up, links below to join VIP. I offer a ton of value in that group. I've got a lot of people who are very happy with the content I provide. I'm a small streamer. I got to be competitive somehow, so I offer a ton of value at a very affordable price. You're certainly not going to be paying the hundreds of dollars per month like my competitor groups do offer. And my group comes with courses. A lot of groups, they're separate. It's like you have the trading group or you have the courses. My group is both. So if you are interested, join VIP, links down below. That's all the time I got for today. If you enjoyed this content, please leave it a like. Don't forget to subscribe. And if there's any projects that you want me to take a look at, leave them in the comments section down below. And if you're on Twitch, follow me. I do a lot of the bonus material on Twitch. Did an April Fool's joke for you guys yesterday, although that was on YouTube as well. So thank you guys all for joining in, and we will see you in the next one. Trade safe. It is a jungle out there.